Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilk, and of course we need to talk once again today about the new Salamence raid. Now, in this raid, we did a couple of prelim options, and they changed it up on us ever so slightly. So let's talk about those quick changes. So number one, right out of the gate, he is still a Flying Terror. You can actually see that up above. Now, we were trying to guess what flying move he would have as his main flying attack, and it actually turns out to be, of all things, Terra Blast. He's using Terra Blast as his main DPS. He also has Dragon Pulse, Earthquake, just like we predicted, and then he's also got Flamethrower. So we basically need a way to kind of mitigate all of the above, and I think we've got a really good way to do that today. But that Earthquake was one of my biggest concerns. However, we used a Pokemon last time that actually has an interesting ability that mitigates that, and that, of course, is Electros. Electros has the Levitate ability, which means Earthquake, our one big kind of concern here, is not an issue. Now, with an Electric Terra and, of course, the Electric typing with a Shell Bell, just like we had before, we're going to be just fine. Nothing is really that big of a concern here. Plus, once again, we are EV trained. Now, I did EV train in Special Attack last time. You can make this a little bit easier by either adding Special Defense or HP. And I think last time I even recommended HP for that build. So you could do either one. Unfortunately, I'm just lacking the items to do that at the moment. With my Special Attack up, like I said, we're going to be just fine. You could either go HP or Special Defense in that. Either one would be just fine. Now, as far as the rest of the setup goes, obviously we do have a modest nature, or you could do a modest mint on him. Either one of those would be fine. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that he's hyper trained up. So level 100 and hyper trained, so you have the best possible stats. Now, move wise, we're going with something a little funny here. So let's talk about this. Number one, discharging our main DPS. It's a power 80. It could hit him with paralysis. Great move. We are using Acid Spray. Now, the big deal with Acid Spray here is it is an attack, but it also lowers the target's special defense, so it's going to allow you to do a lot more damage. Now, I'm going to go down here to Gastro Acid, because this is what we're going to open up with. Gastro Acid is essentially it's going to basically limit his Moxie ability. He does have Moxie, like we predicted, and if he knocks out anybody on your team, he's just going to get stronger. So using Gastro Acid will prevent that. Now, what's really interesting, because he's using mostly special attacks, that means that for the majority of the fight itself, he's going to be using special attacks. So by limiting this, that basically means that's going to limit the amount of time that he's going to be able to do any of those physical attacks. Essentially, in this situation, he uses Dragon Pulse almost constantly. So it's a really well-built mon, but with this build, we can kind of mitigate that. Now, why is Zap Cannon here? Because Zap Cannon's only a 50 accuracy move. We are kind of banking on that, but I'll explain. So this will actually hit him with paralysis, and because it is an attack, you can actually do this while he has his shield up. Normally, you can't hit him with status moves or anything like that, so we can actually paralyze him, so we can finally have the speed advantage. Now, it is only 50 accuracy, but after we kind of buff up a little bit, this could do some significant damage. So let's go ahead and jump into the fight here. Also, I do need to mention for about the next 48 hours, we're still running our giveaway on the Rom Roast by Root coffee. Root partnered with me to give away one of these bags, as well as a box of the Zero In Energy Supplement, which is like an $80 value, completely free. Make sure you guys check out the link down below for the Gleam campaign. Like I said, from launch of this video, it's running for about the next 48 hours. Even if it has ended, make sure you guys check out the link. Check out all the products by Root. You can use the code Gaming Across America, which is, by the way, the other channel that we're promoting right now. The Gaming Across America code in Root will actually give you a 10% discount on all their products, which is absolutely really great. And I'll tell you guys, this coffee, even though it is a medium roast, and I'm predominantly a dark roast fan, has really become one of my favorites. I love it. I drink it all the time, and especially while I'm recording Pokemon videos. So as we happen to battle here, we do have Arcanine with the Intimidate, but I don't think Intimidate has much a factor here because his only real physical move is already mitigated by our Levitate ability. So honestly, if you want my personal opinion, I think it's actually a little bit better to run this with Belly Bolt, because Belly Bolt can help you with that paralysis, and that paralysis is going to be a major factor. So let's go ahead and open this up with the Gastro Acid. That is going to basically remove his Moxie ability. Don't worry too much about the damage he's doing. That's just kind of his thing, so to speak. And then I'm going to see if I can get an acid spray off. I don't think we will, but we'll try our best. Oh, he is paralyzed. Excellent. Which one would have paralyzed him? So that's great. So we actually did get the... if he had belly bowl, it's high likelihood that would happen. So we got the acid spray off first. So that's great. We only need 2 more of those, and his stats are where we want them, and we can terastallize. So that's excellent news. If not, then we could have opened this up and done a few more of those. But you do eventually want to be in front of him as far as damage goes. All right. That's fine. As always, short-term loss, long-term gain. When you're soloing these, you got to accept that you're going to probably get knocked out once. Okay, so let's do another acid spray. And the good news is once we get 2 of these suckers off, you can actually heal out of any damage he's producing. So, plus we probably got 2 turns before he's really doing anything major to us. So, unless you get hit with a crit, then you have to discharge to heal. So we're not low enough yet for me to worry about discharge, so I'll do a 3rd acid spray. After this, we can also terastallize, so we can do a ton of damage. There we go. Now, we don't have the para on him, so we need to actually basically, like, reinitiate that. Because we do want to be in front of him damage-wise. So let's go ahead and terastallize and hit him with a discharge. If we don't para him with the discharge, which I think is only like a 10% chance, then we can go for Zap Cannon, which is like a 50% chance. Well, it's a 50% chance to hit, guaranteed para if we hit. All right. He'll hit us. It's fine. Didn't feel great, but we're going to heal a phenomenal sum here. Look at that damage. Great stuff. And that's what, oh, we got the paralysis, so you don't necessarily need to hit him now with the Zap Cannon. It was a low chance, but it was a chance. Once again, you could go in the next turn with a Zap Cannon, and a Power 120 move with him down this far is going to be just great. Now, he nullified our stat changes for the 2nd time. That's why we're not buffing. That's why we're debuffing. So let's hit him with a Zap Cannon. Let's see if the Zap Cannon will hit. Excellent. It was a 50-50 shot, so we got it right out of the gate. Once again, that would have normally paralyzed him, so it is what it is. Next hit will break his barrier. I ain't even worried about him at this point. Now, he's going to start doubling up on attacks here in a little bit, but that's fine. We're going to hit him with another discharge, break that barrier. And once again, if that Zap Cannon didn't land, we just do another Zap Cannon this turn. Trust me, a Power 120 move is going to do enough damage. Now, here in a moment, I believe it's around 45% HP, which actually would probably be pretty soon. He's going to remove his stat changes, so you do want to be a little cautious here. Plus, he's going to start doing two attacks per turn. All right, so remove negative effects. So we need to hit him with another acid spray. Because you want to basically make sure that you're doing damage to him. Oh, that's a crit, too. Excellent, excellent. And then we'll go ahead and we'll try the Zap Cannon. Oh, he's paralyzed. Who's hitting him? Oh, it must be Umbreon's hitting him with the paralysis. That's okay. We're going to try the Zap Cannon anyway. It works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. Looks like it didn't. I'm going to try one more time just to, just to see. All right, so is a 50-50 shot, and it failed both times, which is highly unlikely, but it is what it is. Let's go back to discharge. And discharge itself has a chance to paralyze anyway, so it's really not a crisis. Man, he's not attacking again. That para's doing its job. Do another acid spray here. Beautiful. His attack or his defense is way down. Or special defense, I guess I should say, is way down. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit him with the. We're gonna hit him with the discharge and try to finish this up. I think one discharge at this point does the job. Ooh, not quite. Not quite. Probably, I could have hit him with one more acid spray, I guess. That is what it is. Like I said, he's doubling up attacks, so you do want to be a little cautious. Once his barrier goes down, he's gonna be in a bad mood. Also, unfortunate my zap cannons didn't work out, but he did kind of cooperate with the paralyze there for a while, so 50-50. If the zap cannons worked, he would have hit us. If the zap cannons didn't work, you get the idea. And that's that. He's defeated. He is down. Now, if I recollect, I think we put all of these so far in a Premier Ball. So we're going to go, I say all of these. Tyranitar we put in a Premier Ball, so I think we're going to go ahead and put Salamence in a Premier Ball as well. So there you guys go. That is how to solo this event. It's actually really easy. I'm going to come up with a few more builds. I know some people like their legendary builds. I think I've got one in mind that's going to be able to just knock this out of the park. I did mention take a tons of opportunity. She kind of got taken apart a little bit by Earthquake, but I think we've got a way to mitigate that. So we'll talk about that coming up soon. Also, this is a great one. Look at all these things that you can farm. Totes worth farming. Like, share, comment, all the good stuff, and I'll see you again real soon.